Today's topic is how COVID-19 vaccines work and their safety. Before talking about vaccines, here is a brief information about how body defends itself against harmful organisms. Body has its own way to defend itself against disease-causing organisms, or in other words, pathogens. This can be a skin barrier, mucous, or cilia, which are microscopic hairs that swipe debris away from the lungs. All these things act like a barrier to prevent entry of harmful organisms in the body in the first place. However, when a pathogen finds a way to infect the body, despite all these physical barriers, body's defense called an immune system are triggered, and pathogens are recognized, attacked, and destroyed to keep the body healthy. These pathogens can be virus, bacteria, parasite, or fungus that cause disease to humans. Each pathogen has its unique subpart that is specific to that particular pathogen. These subparts that causes the formation of antibodies are called antigens, and it's an important part of the immune system. Antibodies recognize a specific antigen that causes a specific disease, and we have many different antibodies in the body that recognizes different antigens. When the body encounters to an antigen for the first time, it requires time for the immune system to respond and generate enough antibody to attack to that specific antigen. While this process occurs, the person is susceptible to become sick and show symptoms of the disease. Once the body produces antibodies to the specific antigen, it also produces memory B cells, which remains in the body even after the pathogen is destroyed. So if the body is attacked again by the same antigen in the future, body will recognize the antigen and respond quickly and more effectively by generating antibodies from the memory cells and protecting the patient against the disease. How vaccines work? Vaccines contain either weakened or inactivated forms of a particular virus that triggers the immune system within the body. Liver vaccines also contain instructions or genetic blueprints for producing pathogenic antigen. Regardless of these vaccine options, vaccines will not cause the disease in a person, but will trigger their immune system to respond as it will have react to the actual pathogen. So if the body is attacked by the actual pathogen later, it will already know how to defend itself. Some vaccines require single dose, while some require multiple doses. This is sometimes required to generate long-lasting antibodies and for the development of memory B cells. In this way, body will be protected against the pathogen for a long time. Here is the information about how messenger RNA vaccines work. So in human cells, DNA is stored in the nucleus. Transcription process takes place in the nucleus. During transcription, genetic instructions in a gene, which is a section of a DNA, is transferred into a message. This message is called messenger RNA. Messenger RNA then leaves the nucleus, goes to ribosome in the cytoplasm of the cell, and initiates translation. In translation, ribosomes read the genetic code in the messenger RNA to produce a polypeptide chain that falls into a three-dimensional protein. After this process, messenger RNA is degraded. So these messenger RNA vaccines will be injected the same way to upper muscle of the arm and will release messenger RNA that is required to generate virus subsections. The cells in your body will take this genetic information to help create more virus antigens that is required to trigger immune response. So basically, COVID vaccines will contain messenger RNA that codes for SARS-CoV-2 spike protein, which is on its own is harmless to the humans. This messenger RNA will go to the cytoplasm of the cell, and ribosomes will read the instructions at the messenger RNA to produce spike protein. This protein will move to the cell membrane, while messenger RNA will be destroyed by the cell. This will help the body to recognize the section of a virus that is required to trigger immune system without causing the disease. When the actual virus attacks the body will already know how to defend itself and destroy the SARS-CoV-2 virus and protect the person from the disease. Then memory B cells, which is a part of adaptive immune system, will store antibodies. So in case if you're infected again by SARS-CoV-2 virus, your body will quickly and effectively produce antibodies to protect you from getting the disease. Messenger RNA vaccines is relatively unstable, and that's why previous researches has not been moved forward. Because enzymes in the body can break down messenger RNA quickly. These messenger RNA vaccines available right now is enclosed in lipid nanoparticles to protect it from degradation, and that's also why they have to be kept cold. As you can see here, Pfizer vaccine has to be stored at -70 degrees and can only be stored up to 5 days in a normal refrigerator. Same with Moderna vaccine that has to be stored at -20 and can only store up to 30 days in a normal refrigerator. These messenger RNA vaccines can be made quickly and cost-effectively in the lab. Many research has been made to improve the effectiveness and to reduce side effects or symptoms of the vaccines. So COVID-19 vaccines have minimal side effects such as aches and pains, similar with other vaccines available. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.